As the president tries to sell a war on the world stage, there's still no guarantee he'll get the green light from home. He already has the support of a Senate committee and from leadership on both sides, but a final vote may not come up for another week or later. And many lawmakers who've heard an earful over their vacations, they might be a tougher sell. Joining us now is Congressman Charlie Rangel, Democrat from New York. Congressman, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, John.
Can I ask, have you been down to Washington yet to receive the classified briefing on Syria?
No, I haven't.
Can I ask why on an issue that is clearly so important to the president and so important right now to the world that you haven't gone down for the briefing?
Yes, because I can't imagine anything that I've heard that would persuade me that the conduct of this insane maniac in Syria is doing anything to place my country in danger or to violate our national security. Nothing at all. He's an international monster, and killing children and innocent civilians is terrible. But this does not directly or indirectly affect the security of the United States. It does, however, in my opinion, affect the civility of nations internationally. So what do I mean by that? It means that this demands an international solution. Either the UN, the Arab League, NATO, European Union, I don't care what it is. But one thing is for certain, I am just fed up with presidents, Democrats and Republicans, taking this nation into war without the consent of the Congress for reasons that even today, all we can do is count the dead and the wounded.
Senator Dianne Feinstein is saying she's sensing some skepticism from her constituents, but she did have the classified briefing, and she says it did affect her. Listen to what she said.
They don't know what I know. They haven't heard what I heard. And I like to believe now, after 20 years, that I have some skill in separating the wheat from the chaff in this thing.
So she's heard the briefing, and she seems convinced.
She's a senator from almost the People's Republic of California, and I have the utmost respect for her. But I've been walking my district the last few days. No matter what I heard down there, I don't have the opportunity, if I knew it, to talk to my constituents. Why? They want jobs, they want affordable housing, they want health care, they want education. They don't want cops to arrest our youngsters for nothing. They don't want these long prison terms. If at a town hall meeting I said, hold it, I got to run to Washington and I'll take your complaints later, they said, why are you going? I said, because we have an international madman in Washington, and the president wants once again to go to war.
The president seemed to address skepticism like I'm hearing from you in his comments yesterday in Sweden. Let's listen to what the president said.
Okay.
If, in fact, you're outraged by the slaughter of innocent people, what are you doing about it? And if the answer is, well, we should engage diplomatically, well, we've engaged diplomatically. The answer is, well, we should shine the spotlight and shame these governments. Well, these governments oftentimes show no shame.
So you called Bashar al-Assad a madman.
Yes.
And you're willing to accept there were atrocities there. What other option?
I am not willing to accept it. We are a leader in the international community. The president can make this a derogatory thing to diplomatically go to the UN, to NATO, to Great Britain, to the European. He can do that. But Charlie Rangel is fed up with our young men and women being committed to war because of reasons that my constituents don't go to sleep at night.
Let me ask you one last question. If you are fed up, sir, if Congress follows your lead and votes against authorizing military action, and the president still goes ahead and orders a strike, what would you then do?
Well, I don't even want to think that negatively, because I have the utmost respect for this president and all of our presidents, and I love this country. But I think you're suggesting is that the president may say he doesn't need the support of the
He's left it open for that.
He may have left it open, but as a constitutional scholar, the question is not open. What has happened is that Congress after Congress, since Franklin Roosevelt, have ignored the fact that presidents after presidents have violated the Constitution and started many wars, limited wars. Something's just going to last 2 or 3 days.
You say he would be in violation?
And we are still counting the dead from these
Would he be in
wars.
violation of the Constitution if he did order a strike?
There is no question in anybody's mind
Would
that
he-
if the Constitution does not support the president, he has violated the Constitution.
Would that be an impeachable offense?
I am telling you that I have no question that my president is not going to do that.
Congressman Charlie
But I
Rangel?
also would like to say that I think the Congress, once again, is going to ignore the Constitution and do what sounds patriotic. And you know why? They got no skin in the game. They don't have to go to the funerals, and their kids are not going to be drafted.
Congressman Rangel, a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you,
I really
John.
appreciate it, sir.
Thank you.